Arca Bulls family, what is good in the hood? Throw in some chat. Man, throw in some chat, man. Throw in some A's in the chat. Already don't know what the hell I'm talking about, right? You guys go ahead and exit the building right now because Arca is already missing the jam. What is going down, family? What is up? Throw some A's in the chat if you can hear your boy talk right now. Already dropping the ball. Sebastian Lim, what's up, my dude? Good to see you here in the chat. I actually have to introduce everybody to Sebastian Lim as our new acting moderator, right? Man, my dude, you should have a little wrench on next to you on the next trade, on the next comment you make. Go ahead and show me another comment, Sebastian Lim. Let me Power Gear, what's up, dude? Kevin Mott, what's up, man? Mark Roach, my moderators, what is good, everybody? Good to see everybody stopping by. What is up, Monster Mike? Good to see you here. Thank you so much for your donation, my friend. That really does mean a lot. Nick, what is up, man? Thank you for that dono. Of course, we can go ahead and take a look at that. We'll go ahead and pair it with the broader markets as it is a larger cap, right? So yes, we'll go ahead and pair it with the SPY and take a look at what AMD has in the books for us. What is up, Michael Payne? Good to see you here in the chat, man. Thank you so much for your dono. And yes, actually, I'm sorry, I did mean to put that into the schedule, right? It was actually supposed to be paired right at the beginning, man, per your request yesterday. So thanks so much. Thank you so much for coming by, man. Good to see you here, but I really appreciate everybody's support, okay, you guys? But yes, we got a lot of tickers to cover. We got a lot of things to look at, guys. Opportunities are happening left and right. My goodness in heaven. What is up, Stick Vicious, my dude? Look at you, man. Let's hear it for the boy. 1984, man. Yeah, Denise Williams. That's actually what. Yeah, was it really where that came from? I actually say that only because Drake says that, right? So I actually didn't catch that from all the way back then. Very good historical facts right here. Kenny Powers, what is up, my dude? Good to see you. Mr. Levitz, what is good, man? Yo-Yo, or is it Yo-Mo? Oh my goodness, man, I already messed up your whole name. Yo-Mo, what's up, dude? Thank you for stopping by. Infamous, what is good? I'm doing okay, man. I hope you are doing okay as well. I'm just up here trying to do as best as I can for the community, right, man? So, MXB, what you mean check Twitter? Did you send me a DM there, or what's the deal? And if you added me on the comments, I gotta tell you, there's no way I'm gonna be able to catch that, right? If you added me, because there's just so many comments usually happening, so that things get a little buried fast there, right? But really appreciate everything going on right here, man. Mark Roach, what is up, my dude? Loving that song. Thank you. So yeah, look at that. Sebastian Lim is right here sporting that wrench right next to his name, my dude. Thank you so much for everything you do for the community. Really appreciate you, my dude. All right. So what's up, guys? What did we get long? What did we short? Go ahead and fill the chat up. BBJ, what's up, man? Good to see you here. Very excited to be streaming tonight, guys. Like every night, man. It's always just about that good companionship, good people here. Very cool stuff, guys. A1 Trades, what is up? Good to see you here in the chat. Now, SAI saying, Arca bro, please cover TRKA. I am going to bed, but we'll listen tomorrow if you cover it. Thanks for your knowledge. Absolutely, man. We should be looking at TRKA later on in the schedule here. Samantha H, good to see you here. Moderator Samantha, really appreciate you. Johnny Barnes saying, bro, please reply to my emails or DM. Thank you. Johnny Barnes, I thought I did yesterday, unless you sent me some more. Oh, my dude, good to see you here. Very excited, okay? So, Monster Mike, what's up, man? You're talking about BNKU. Guys, that was actually an opportunity that we were looking at the other day. Did anybody by any chance catch any type of entry for BNKU? Remember, I don't know if you guys already remember this or if you guys remember from back in the day. I'm sorry. That's Joe H coming through. What is up, man? Good to see you here. JDXL. Guys, remember that BNKU was that opportunity that I was telling you about. So we're looking at a BBWP test, which is volatility versus momentum. This thing has an 81% accuracy based on 11 iterations, of which 9 were guessed to the upside. I'm talking about any time that we've expanded into critical volatility and then started that contraction phase, paired with a stochastic momentum to the upside. All these iterations, I'm talking about 9 out of 11 were guessed correctly to the upside, and look where we are right now. Okay, so this is, man, it looks like we got that upside. So I was talking to you guys about back here, right? I think it was here or here that we were setting the conditions up, and very likely the floor could be in soon, right? So this is definitely suggesting an upside continuation, guys. And the way you can see this is actually in the now in the shorter time frames as well. Notice that the 12-hour has that upside pivot, critical volatility, right? Let's go to the 8-hour. So upside pivot here on the 8-hour, critical volatility, many time frames suggesting that upside. Look at this, contraction phase started on the 6-hour, upside pivot on that momentum. 4-hour, same situation with a straight upside pivot. Guys, this is definitely an opportunity to look at, okay? BNKU is definitely set for that move, okay? So if you're looking at a potential entry, it could be relevant to the immediate short-term time frame, okay? Because the RSI is suggesting that. So if you are looking to get long this ticker, definitely look no further than these potential targets here, okay? So it could be the range low at about, let's see, and also the gap low. So you're looking at entry pretty much, I would say, the lowest area that I can think of, just discretionarily speaking, right? You're looking at about 1634 to 1623 for an entry on this, which is suggesting an upside almost, I'm talking about maybe early next week, maybe Monday or Tuesday. Very good things here, okay? So definitely know that this has an upside to look at of epic proportion. My goodness. Let's go to the daily time frame again, and I think I may have put that target already in place. I haven't. So the upside thrust is 32.76%. Okay, so upon the firing of the signal, right? So let's just go ahead and put it right here real quick. I know I'm supposed to be starting with the broader markets real quick, but this is exciting because the signal has essentially fired. Okay, so let's see. 32%. Wow, nice. And just know, guys, that this is just a mean. It's not a certainty. Okay, these are just statistics. So we're looking at a move potentially from that 16. Actually, what? No way. Did we actually come back down? Let me see the 12-hour. That 12-hour is sitting at 1644, right? So 1644 to about 2078. Okay, you guys, that's essentially the statistical move in play. It may very well surpass it, though, and the reason why I can tell you that is because we have a lot of time frames in critical volatility and upside. Guys, definitely keep an eye on that one, okay? Put it in your books, put it in your watch list just in case of anything there, okay? So that was BNKU real quick out of the way, right? Monster Mike, thank you so much for everything you do, my bro. Steven, what's up, dude? Arca, can you please check on DLYT? Oh, actually, I wanted to talk to you and Sebastian, actually, because you guys are my Singapore people, right? So I wanted to talk to you about the potentials. Actually, not a potential, guys. There's too many. There's just way too many requests for the ARC Masters course, and I'm already bleeding into the second track, meaning that the 30 initial ones are already sold out. So I just started filling up the next ones, which are actually going to be maybe either Saturday or Sunday at around 5 p.m. Pacific. So I think that would actually fit you guys better from that side of the world, right? As I think that could be 8 or 9 a.m. for you. Okay, so just in case you feel like you want to definitely attend the actual thing. Oh, Steven, okay, I thought you were also Singapore. Sorry, my dude. So this is particular to Sebastian Lim. So yeah, you guys, so if I am introducing, I haven't actually promoted it just yet, but I am introducing track 2, which is essentially going to start in the 2nd or 3rd week of April. Okay, you guys, so yet again, I'm introducing this again because there's too many requests for the ARC Masters course since I already sold out. But just know that there is a bigger opportunity now. Okay, so just remember the ARC Masters course for the 2nd track is now available to you. So go ahead and send me an email, and I'll go ahead and list it right in here in the chat. Okay, so it's going to be ARC Masters course at gmail.com. Okay, so here it is. You guys go ahead and refer to that if you are interested what is it? Oh my goodness, can't say the damn word. To reserve your seat for the 2nd track. All right, you guys, thank you so much, everybody, for stopping by. Please make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And now, Steven, go ahead and remind me. Okay, I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to actually get to was it DYLT or DLYT? DLY, right? So I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to get to it today, but we can definitely look it over in the Discord tonight. Okay, my dude. So let me just go ahead and put that in the schedule no matter what, and also list it here for you. All right, my dude. Thank you for coming by, you guys. Thank you, Samantha. Really appreciate you. Oh, so Steven, you're in Cali. Damn, man. I thought you. Why did I get the? Why am I thinking that you're in Singapore? Did you ever mention that by chance? I know Sebastian Lim is, right, but you, I have no idea why I assumed that. My apologies, but you're in Cali. Oh my goodness, dude. So you're definitely at 8:47 p.m. right now. Very interesting times here. Very stupid times, by the way. So Steven, DLYT, got it in the notes, my dude. Got it. All right, you guys. So, yeah, let me just go ahead and get this thing rolling. We need to take a look at the broader markets, right? I want to see what the SPY is doing because I know a lot of people were playing those puts, we're playing those calls, and I expressed the urgency of maybe finding the area today to call. I'm sorry, to close those puts. Right, so we definitely got it. We definitely got that opportunity, and I really hope you did take that opportunity to close them because I was expressing a huge bounce from where we were nearing. Right, so huge bounce to the upside, just like we expected. And what does that actually mean? Okay, well, first of all, I'm not sure if you actually have been following what I've been talking about here, guys. But please remember that we're writing two different formations. Right, let me just go ahead and note here that we definitely started the ticker symbol SPY, right? Here we go. All right. So we were talking about two formations here. Remember that these two formations are very, very much alike. And you're looking at a macro scale, broadening descending wedge. Let's let it load. Let's let it do its thingy thing. There we go. Okay. So huge broadening descending wedge that we've been writing since the beginning of the bear cycle itself. Okay. Now, the second formation we're looking at is actually in respects to the breaking out of the macro scale formation, right? So in this case, we actually did get that upside move, reclaiming the outside of the huge formation, right? So this is definitely a bullish thing. We're definitely on our way up. Just like I said yesterday, I'm still eyeballing the area of about the knot 382, about 398.56 to about 399.53. Okay, very likely we can face a resistance touch within this area here. Okay, so a pullback to the current highs or around the range lows could be in line here. Okay, please also keep in mind that you have a small gap here on the 4 hour. Okay, yes, we have already filled the gap, but that doesn't matter. Okay, we just take into consideration these gaps just in case we have them play out in the future. Okay, so very likely we can see some type of resistance within this area here. If the best case scenario could be 399.53 before a pullback, and we'll very likely come back and test these highs right now. Okay, very similar to a lot of plays that we've been looking at. Okay, Abner Cruz, my brother, thank you so much for your dono. That really means a lot, my dude. And welcome. All right, so and now Perfecting Mindful and saying you're in Kentucky. Nice. Thank you for thank you for coming by. All right, so we got a lot of tickers to look at, and definitely a lot of them that actually HUBC is definitely the. It looks like it's going to be the fourth one in line right now. Okay, so continuing the SPY, guys, we definitely have some bullish activity happening. Let's go to the 30-minute RSI and see what's going down. Okay, so we still have an upside continuation on that 30-minute. Okay, yes, we have the 14-day simple as resistance right above us, but please also remember where that is located. This is the gravitational zone of the bull strength percentile. Okay, so this has a shot to actually fulfill that or succeed the 14-day simple moving average above that 14-day. Okay, so good stuff. Very good stuff here. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on with the bi-hourly and see what it's got for us. The SPY on the bi-hourly. Okay, so it's looking like it's got a little bit of consolidation here. We still have that upside suggestion from the 14-day simple, so this is still good. Let's go to the 8-hour. Let's just jump in a little higher. Okay, so now the 8-hour is definitely suggesting an upside continuation. We definitely made a move upside of that 14-day simple. Very, very bullish. Okay, so if you're curious, the 12-hour is suggesting a little bit of consolidation, but it's okay since we've had such a large move to the upside. Okay, so what I'm basically saying here is that we may face slight bullishness tomorrow, which is very much in accordance to coming back to test that area of about this gap that I told you about, right? So very likely we can see tomorrow a touch of 398 to 398.61. Wow. So 398 would essentially be that area before a retracement back down to 396.46, reload for a continuation to the upside following into Monday. Okay, go ahead and notice the daily time frame making a bullish cross above that 14-day simple. Definitely have some upside to go. Okay, so that means that tickers like Tesla, tickers like AMD, tickers like, I mean, a lot of those mega caps, Apple, okay, they're definitely going to be suggesting some very, very good upsides. Okay, so another thing that we should take into note here is that the 2-day iteration does have a closure in 16 hours and 7 minutes. Okay, so this means that we're very likely to find a type of resistance soon. Again, that same area that I'm looking at, 398, is still rhyming yet again. Okay, now if we do close this 2-day candle, I mean, anywhere, let's just go ahead and put it like this. If we close this 2-day candle anywhere upside of 391.11, we would then confirm a bullish engulfing here on the buy daily read. So this would be a very bullish thing for the markets. Okay, so this would definitely suggest a continuation to the upside. And man, yeah, so yeah, this is looking very good, you guys. All right, so the 3-day closure and the 5-day closure already happened, right? So this is already super, super bullish. All right, so the 3-day closure happened right over here. Terrible candle to look at, right? But the upside has now continued, and we're definitely closing that buy daily tomorrow, which would essentially confirm that bullish engulfing and then an upside continuation, right? You guys remember, pullback from 398. Even if it goes a little bit higher, remember that we have that resistance from the broadening descending wedge. Very likely we can face a resistance here, come back to our current highs of about 396 before continuing on to the upside. Okay, you guys, so that's what I'm looking at for ticker symbol SPY. Now, let's validate it with a mega cap. Okay, so AMD, let's see what it's got in store for us. Huge pump to the upside already. All right, so I want to see this actually on the daily. So it is, you hear my little guy over there getting chased by mom? Oh my goodness. Don't mind him. Don't mind him. He's just doing his little thing over there, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and reference a few things here. So master students, if you are in the chat right now, you are actually looking at it, a few things. Moderator Cal L, what is up, my bro? Good to see you here. All right, so very interesting for you to come in right now because I'm going to be introducing a couple things that I'm going to be allowing the master students into right now. For example, I have something packaged up for you. This is why I'm asking for your TradingView usernames, okay? Because I'm going to give you access to a few indicators that I've already developed, okay? So this is a very, very simple one. It is called ARC averages, okay? So ARC averages is essentially every single moving average that I use, okay? Compacted into one single thing. Okay, so when you go into the style here, you'll be able to choose any of the moving averages that I personally use. Okay, you know that I always use the 7, the 30, I use the SMA 200, 150, and 10. You know that I use the 20 and the 50 for the silver cross. All of these are actually available to you. Okay, so master students, you will be the first ones to get dibs on this first. Okay, so yes, let me go ahead and load up my SMAs first. And if you so feel like it, you can definitely load up 2 instances, right, of this, of which then you can actually block the visibility of your SMA 100 to 200 to 10 and block the visibility of your other EMAs as well. Okay, so this way you can have your EMAs and then block out the visibility if you want to, okay, just like that. So now we're going to be focusing on the SMAs. Please notice that the SMA 10 is serving as a very nice support on the daily time frame, suggesting a continuation to that upside even still. My goodness, very good stuff here. All right, you guys. So yeah, I can try to add it to the list. I promise, Chris, I will try my best to get to it. And you're not the only one who's actually asking me about ticker symbol FNGR, okay, because I do have, I think moderator Sebastian Lim also has a position in that. Okay, so I'll add it into the list no matter what. Okay, so yes, guys, AMD still suggesting massive upside. I want to refer to volatility versus momentum and see what it has for us. Okay, so first let me just load up the BBWP indicator representing volatility. Wow, and that nice. And now the stochastic momentum. Okay, so this is very likely going to continue to the upside. Okay, and this is in respects to volatility versus momentum. Okay, so this is usually something that we tend to look at, or statistical analysts tend to look at for probabilities in the market for uptrend or downtrend. Okay, so in this case, you can actually see that we have an upside pivot well within the bullish control zone and coming out of critical contraction here with an absolute pivot towards the upside. Okay, you guys, so this means that this is likely to continue to the upside, and I am looking at the targets already of upside of about $104.01 right there. I'm going to give you a range, and this is very discretionary, by the way. Okay, I haven't back tested AMD. In fact, this is the first time I looked at it in a long time. All right, so let's see. Yeah, very likely we can actually face a resistance touch over the next day or two. Talking about trading sessions here, okay? Meaning that by Friday or Monday, we can actually see a touch of this range here, 102.47 to about 104.65. Okay, so now if we're going to reference RSI, let's just see what type of moves we got. Daily time frame moonshotting right here. Very nice. Let's go to the 30-minute immediate short term and see what AMD's got for us, okay? So go ahead and notice that the moving averages are actually respected right now, and especially now the SMA 10 being respected all the way through. Very, very nice price action. Okay, so I do want to get a little more surgical, so let me go ahead and pop up the 7 and 30 period and see if there is a potential retracement that we can look at for a continuation to the upside. Okay, so already the moving average I'm talking about the 14-day simple within the RSI is suggesting a downside, but it is, I mean, we are also within the gravitational pull of the overbought percentile, which could actually influence the downside here. But let's see how long that could actually live out. Right, so now referencing the buy hourly, we still have an upside pivot from that 14-day, been using it as a form of support the whole way, and we still have consolidation here. Okay, very, very, very much a normal thing for such a huge move to the upside, right? Yes, Diamond Music Production, I definitely did. Incredible. Actually, moderator Samantha was the one that brought the attention of Wells Fargo's collapse to me. Okay, you guys, so I know there's a lot of panic within this, guys, and in fact, there's a lot of rumors that, Joe Biden was talking about an entire collapse coming in, I think, May 19th, right? So let's just, I'm not sure how true that is, right? I'm not sure if it was a deep fake or whatever that is, guys. So let's just not panic, and let's just make sure to do our due diligence, do our homework, and start investigating those probabilities, okay, you guys? So, and I will also do my part as well into looking at the broader market spectrum in back tests, okay? I'm talking the NDX and also the SPX. Okay, you guys, so now consolidation as well on the 6-hour, upside pivot. Let's see the 12-hour. Let's see what it's got for us, okay? So same situation here, okay, you guys, but everything is still, the pullback actually may let me see if we have a relevant area for a pullback here, because I think we could see one. All right, yeah, I definitely see it, and it is a range. 92.76 would be the top side. I'm gonna draw it like this. Okay, so 92.76, right there. Okay, to this area here. This could be one loading zone. Okay, so this is 88.85 to about 92.76 before a massive continuation to the upside. And if it does fail that area, then there is a secondary loading zone, but this one is significantly lower. I'm not sure that we have the liquidity to reach all the way down to this level, but it has to be taken into account, right? So the second demand zone I'm looking at is very much in respects to this zone here. Actually, let me just make a quick adjustment. 78.49 to 81.66 is the second area of interest. Okay, these are chop zones, right? Lots of areas where we've actually traded in, right? So even if we actually just, move back, you see that we can use that as support there. This is all support, and then resistance. These zones are definitely something that we should take into consideration when trading, right? So these supply and demand zones are very important, right? Not always do I use them, but I use them more. I use them more often than not when we're looking at discretionary trading, right? When I'm not mathematically backing something or getting statistics on a particular criteria. Right, so yeah, guys, I'm definitely looking at an upside continuation for AMD, especially leading into the daily time frame, meaning potentially Monday or Tuesday, after tomorrow's slightly red, maybe break-even day. Anything can be invalidated. Moderator Hound, good to see you here. Anything that I say can be invalidated, and the reason why I say this is because the sentiment can just easily take this to the upside any moment, right? So it doesn't actually have to follow what we're saying. I'm speaking to you directly from what the playbook rules kind of suggest, right? And yeah, so now speaking of the daily, we have that massive upside. So historically speaking, let's just see how high we can take the RSI. All right, because I can already see this iteration here back in November 2019. Huge upside, right? That goes all the way up to 88 spots, 61%. We're currently sitting at 74, so you can just see the massive upside that we still have to go for AMD. Okay, so this is as long as the markets are suggesting that upside, very likely AMD is going to continue on that upside, on that ascent as well. Okay, you guys, so definitely remember the targets that we talked about. That is going to do it for ticker symbol AMD. Let's go ahead and rate the trade now. Guys, chat, let me know what it's looking like for this trade. Okay, we're looking at a loading zone. First loading zone, 92.76 to 88.85. Huge upside right here. Definitely know that this is one of the safest plays you can actually do, right? Market cap sitting at 155 spots, 6 billion. With a share float of about a 1.6 bill. Okay, so Mark Roach giving this already a B+ trade. Very, very nice. Okay, if you're curious to the buy daily barely entering the gravitational zone, very likely to continue on to the upside for days. Okay, you guys, 3-day in the grips of the bull strength percentile, very, very likely this is gonna face an upside. So Cha-Cha, what's up, man? I'm doing good. I hope you're doing well. So Mr. Levitt's giving this a B rating as well. Cha-Cha giving this a B. Very, very impressive. Okay, you guys. So yeah, this could actually, guys, do not take this as financial advice, but right now, actually, upon the pullback that we can face tomorrow, that could be entry for some pretty good call options, right? So this definitely has upside to go, and if you get some calls that are about maybe a month out, slightly out of the money, right? Not too close to at the money, just slightly out of the money, and then you'll be able to gain some good delta on this and potentially jump into gamma. All right, so let's see what else we're getting here. Lil Pencil saying makes me feel better about my own trade. Yes, awesome. So if it pulls back, says Nick. I agree, man. The loading zones here are very interesting because they are suggesting inflection points. Okay, so these are very, very important zones to load up. Okay, so meaning that if you were to load within this first zone, do not by any means, you shouldn't be doing this anyway, but do not 100% your port at this area here. Okay, meaning that you wait for a further pullback. All right, just in case we're able to do this. Notice the volume here, okay? Just go ahead and notice how far this thing can pull back and then continue, okay? It's very likely for us to do this crazy zigzag on the way up. All right, so be very careful with this, but this can actually give us some very good gains here, okay, you guys? So Nick saying, hey, if it pull back, you have put options on this? Damn it, man. You have an opportunity to to get out of those puts actually tomorrow. You're definitely gonna make money down to about 88.85. Okay, so that's it's an opportunity there for you. Okay, consider that. Just be very careful because that the downside is very limited. I do not see that downside continuing for a good while. Okay, it's just remember that the markets are still kind of pricing in the anticipation of the FOMC. Okay, and what I mean by that is Jerome Powell is going to come and give us the rate hike, and because we got a good CPI, because we got low jobs, all of those metrics, those macro fundamental metrics, are kind of the reason and maybe the catalyst for us to actually see a lower rate hike, meaning a continuation of the 25 bips. Okay, so if we do get a 25 basis point rate hike next from Fed, we're very likely going to continue on to the upside and creating more and more liquidity into the market. So we are getting very liquid right now. Okay, so things are getting frothy, and they will continue as such in anticipation of that good news. Okay, so just know for a fact that there's going to be a terminal shakeout if we do get that 25 bip. If we do get that 25 bip, there's going to be a terminal shakeout straight to the downside so fast, a huge V-shaped recovery and continuation to the upside. So sometimes, in my personal opinion, I would tend to relieve my position or liquidate my position up to the CPI read, and I will not bet on the Fed. We don't know what they're going to say. Stephen Dumaine saying, I believe they are pricing in no recession. This may change down the road. Absolutely, man. In fact, we already heard the rumors about the $2 trillion of liquidity going to be dumping in as a stimmy, right? I'm talking about stimulus, not for the people, for the banks. So, I mean, it's really adding fuel to the fire, right, you guys? So that's we could potentially be facing a real recession or a depression coming in 2024, not now. This could be one of the most epic bear market rallies that we've ever faced, and it could be a few months long. Okay, as even Bitcoin is pricing that in very nicely. All right, so Mark Roach saying, looks like a bull run coming, but it could be a trap. Be careful. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying, dude. I really think that this could be eventually a huge liquidity trap. But as of now, there's no immediate danger other than the fact that we have the CPI read coming out, right? So, oh, man. Yeah, so be careful with the bank tickers, guys. That's another thing I wanted to kind of talk to you about, right? Because a lot of those are just kind of like gambles to the downside. Not anything is suggesting that they would capitulate as they did. I can't actually say that with utter certainty because I've never back tested any of those bank tickers. The only bank ticker that I ever back tested was actually BNKU, and that is already playing out to the upside just like we thought. But it could very well be a massive bear flag, right? But the upside is suggesting a 30, almost a 40% move to the upside, coming from $16 to about $21. Okay, so this already faced a capitulation. Another thing is that if you are going to be playing this ticker BNKU, be very careful with this because this is a 3x lever, meaning that you would be losing or winning 3 times your entry. Okay, so 3x levered ETN. Okay, so that's it means that you can win big, but you can also lose big. Okay, so be very, very careful with what you're doing with BNKU. Okay, you guys, levered tickers are in general very dangerous. All right, so let's see. So Lil Pencil saying, yeah, what do you think of the FRC's news today? Man, very interesting things, right, you guys? I don't know that I want to express my actual opinion on that because I don't want to be, demonetized because the last thing we want to do is create widespread panic, right? But let's just say that I'm not too optimistic, but I'm gonna leave it at that. Okay, so I just don't want to I have kind of a negative outlook in that, actually. I feel pretty bearish on it myself. Okay, so I just want everybody to kind of play the days because this is the first time I've never seen anything like this happen. Okay, so we don't know. No, I can't. I have to hold back, man, because then they're gonna limit me. They're literally gonna demonetize me and then take me out of the damn game. You guys already know that I'm shadow banned in Twitter. You guys already know that they're controlling like the amount of exposure that I have. So and it's because I say the truth, man, and it's really because I say it how it is. And that's sad. And it really is sad, man, because all I'm trying to do is help out retail. So Steven saying bearish midterm, bullish short term, bullish long term. Yeah. Yeah, couldn't have said it better, man. Definitely agreed. So that was it. That was it for ticker symbol SPY and AMD. Also for BNKU, guys. I want to go ahead and move on to this next ticker because a lot of people are talking about HUBC, and I have expressed before I begin it. Just let me just go ahead and note that I am beginning it right. So, I'm sorry. I didn't rate AMD in my personal opinion, right, you guys? So, guys, this is a safer play. Okay, these are definitely safer plays. So, in my personal opinion, I can give this a solid B because I haven't actually back tested this setup, right? So I'm thinking that this is a B play. Remember the pullback though, okay? Because I wouldn't actually enter from the point where we are right now. If you enter from where we are right now, you would be surrendering a potential 8% gain. And another, let's see, another 15%, and the highest potential of about 18.865%. Okay, so you don't want to surrender any of that. Okay, you guys, so this is why I'm saying to be very creative with the way you can actually enter the trade. Okay, but AMD is a safe play. It is broader market influenced. Please remember that as long as the broader markets are actually pushing to the upside, and you know, tickers like Apple and Tesla, this is absolutely gonna continue to the upside. And volatility versus momentum is all suggesting it. Price action, the formation strategies, everything of even supply and demand zones, all of it is suggesting an upside for AMD. Remember the pullback tomorrow. It's going to be slightly green, slightly red, right? More of a consolidation period with an upside touch, finding that resistance, coming back down to those areas for interest, and then a pump to the upside starting maybe Monday or Tuesday, okay, you guys? So be very careful with this, because yes, we could be pricing in some things, just like Stephen Dumaine said, a potential pricing in of no recession, potential pricing in of the 25 BIP rate hike, right? Can't say that really. But yeah. Arca here. Look at this. Moderator Sebastian Lim just said, Arca here doing live streaming, and I'm receiving a Arca scam friend request on Discord. Bro. Talk about not doing that. You had one job, scammer. Damn, bro. You can't even keep track of when Arca is live. Literally typing on the screen right now. Guys, don't fall for the WhatsApp comments on the comments below. Do not fall for the text me. I will never put my phone number on my handle. Okay, that's actually not cool. I'm not saying not cool. Yes, it's not cool for like retail and for whoever, but I'm saying it's like not cool as in like that it's not a cool thing to do, like a young person, right? You know what I mean? That's not the deal. So definitely know that I won't be doing that. You'll never catch me putting up any type of contact information in a comment, guys. Know that I will not message you first. Okay, just take into consideration all of those things. There are absolutely too many people trying to become an imposter of Arca. So don't fall for them. Okay, they're asking you for money and stuff, guys. It's not like that at all. Okay, so yes. We have a wrong rating now of B. We have our first B for the day. Damn it. Let's take a quick sip out of this juice real quick before we continue to ticker symbol HUBC. I love it. All right, so let's go ahead and start this now, guys. And ticker symbol HUBC. Guys, go ahead and notice the beginning of the trading right over here. Who the hell told me to look at this? All right, March 1st, 2023. You guys know that my edge is, I know that I've actually called some pretty good calls, or whatever you want to call them, right, on IPOs or assets that are very close to the IPO, right? Mark Roach, don't call Arca, but if you do, here's the number, 555, 5555. Bro, you're going to be calling some insurance company for sure. Los Defensores. Oh my goodness. So guys, yes, you know that my edge is not within IPOs, but let's gamble at it anyway, okay? So 30-minute time frame, every single moving average below us. Very interesting thing here. Okay, first notice the RSI, okay? The RSI is sitting, I mean, it's hot. It's literally cooking right now, okay? So you're looking at 81.35% RSI. Historically speaking, all the way back to a couple weeks ago when it first started trading, nothing historically has touched this area. So also notice how there is not any price action prior to this here, up here. So we are in what this is called, guys. It's called price discovery. Okay, so when there's no historical value or no anything before us, our current position, it's called price discovery. Okay, so now that means that we can only rely on geometric targets, which don't always play out very well. And also notice that we're very oversold and critical volatility and expansion right now. We're oversold on the stochastic momentum on the 30-minute. That doesn't mean that it can't continue to the upside. So it was a SPAC? Okay, got it. So it doesn't mean that it can't continue to the upside. I'm just telling you that usually, traders tend to look at critically overbought. Sorry, I've been saying oversold. I'm sorry. So overbought areas, right? So we tend to look at critically overbought zones for a potential short position. Okay, so this is already starting to gain liquidity in a very blind area. Okay, so let's move on to the buy hourly and see what it's got in the RSI. All right, same deal with the RSI here. Okay, in fact, we're still in price discovery. We're at 77.94%. And notice here, this is important here. Okay, check this out. Go ahead and notice that we're at critical volatility and we're starting to get this curvature here. Okay, that usually means that there is a little bit of weakness coming in. All right, so if we're looking at this candle here, this is 5.325 thousand shares traded in the volume, right? This one was 8.4 thousand. This one here, this tiny one, was 24.4K. All right, this tinier one was 61. Look at this small one here, 109. Okay, what that's telling me, you guys, is that this is presenting a liquidity trap very soon. Okay, so I'm not, there's no way I can tell you for a fact that that's what it is. It's just, why do we have such a huge candle with no volume in it? And then why do we have such tiny little candle with huge volume in it? All right, the relative volume for these tiny candles are nothing in comparison to these. We're looking at stochastic momentum already starting the curve. Those are signals, okay, you guys? They're just signals. All right, so still pivoted to the upside on the RSI. 6 hour also still pivoted towards the upside, but please remember we have nothing before, nothing prior to this to look at as a potential area for reversal or not, okay? And even into the 12-hour, which is the minimum time frame that I look at, we're still suggesting upside. We just reached overbought over here, okay? And now still suggesting upside on that 12-hour, okay, you guys? So yes, there could be a continuation to the upside even still, and let's just go ahead and see what that potential could be. All right, so market close was around 239. After hours was around 302, I think, or 303, right? Every broker is going to differ. So yeah, 302. All right, so let's take into consideration our let's see. Yeah, let's take into consideration our previous 12-hour candle, okay? So I don't want to do a whole, an entire day's swing high to swing low, because we may not actually realize that upside. Okay, so the resistance where we are right now is right beneath the 2.618. Okay, so what that's telling me is that the upside that we can face could potentially stop at, I'm going to give you a range, okay? So the range is very particular, okay? I'm giving you a range like this for a reason, all right? So I'm thinking like this. Just like this. 331 to 355 could be an area of extreme resistance before a pullback, and that would essentially be that trap. Okay, if we're looking at a support bottom, all right, so yes, there are a few areas to look at, like right here at 206, but the area that I'm looking at as a support is actually this gap right down here. Okay, this one here. You do not want to be caught bag holding from $3 to $1.71. Okay, that is essentially your entire liquidity. Do not do it. Call it for pizza. Oh my goodness. So yes, guys, just be very careful with this, okay? Because now another target, okay? Yes, we can still look at another one because FOMO and sentiment is essentially behind this, and they're still suggesting buy, right? Because everybody is just afraid of missing the opportunity when you shouldn't be, because these opportunities happen every single day in the markets, you guys. All right, so now the next target that we can focus in on would actually be, let me see. I would say about 374 to about 397. Okay, so I'm doing this on purpose. Okay, the way I'm actually suggesting these targets is the way I would suggest them for the members in the Discord. Okay, so just like that. All right, you guys. So these are the two targets that I'm looking at here. Well, potentially four, but two of them, right? So this is the first zone, 331 to 355, right? And then the second zone where we can find a huge pullback could be this area here, 374 to about 397. All right, so just remember, we're overcooked. We're very cooked on the RSI and everything else, okay? The stochastic momentum, everything is still suggesting upside, guys, but that doesn't mean that it's going to continue, because at any moment, somebody can take profits on this. Remember that we have people long on this from 128. All right, so the pump to the upside that you've looked at from 128 to the current price that we're at right now is 137.04%. Okay, so that's nice. All right, so definitely know that this is subject to actually just liquidate almost immediately. Okay, so you're looking at right now massive cap, incredible cap, and that's all because of what's been happening, right? So 248.48 million market cap, and you're looking at just about 60 million on that float. Okay, so you can just see how they don't rhyme. Okay, they don't go together. All right, guys. So this is definitely going to lose some of it. Okay, and now if we're gonna look, okay, here's another indication for you guys. Okay, so for the master students, yeah, that's right, Joe H. Look at these targets right here. Short positions definitely open. Okay, these are definitely the signals, but be very careful with entry here on shorts. Okay, because that sometimes can present an opportunity for somebody to gain in at our current highs for another pump to the upside. Okay, remember that these are just discretionary. I haven't actually tested this, and there's nothing I can actually test. But yes, this can actually present a massive short position for some of those short sellers. Okay, so I want to show you guys just another indicator that it's for the master students, right? So this one is actually ARC's mean reversion, okay, or the reversion variant. Okay, so this is an indicator that I actually just completed today. Oh my goodness, we're not even going to be able to see it, of course. Let's go to the 4 hour and see what we have. Okay, all right, so let me see the bi-hourly and the 1 hour. Okay, perfect. So yeah, definitely the 4 hour and the 6 hour could be right in that area. Okay, you guys, so go ahead and notice this. All right, so yes, the cloud is very, very tiny because we don't have any information here. But if you look at it in the 15-minute, you'll see the cloud there. All right, so yes, this is the indicator itself. All right, so what I'm showing you here is that we're upside of the Bollinger Bands. Okay, so this is already beyond the area where you usually suggest a sell signal. Okay, so what this means, okay, this is a very intricate indicator because it's not only Bollinger Bands based. What you're looking at here, the center line here, there's a moving average to tell you where the average is, where the mean is. Okay, so all of these overextended volatility runs that we have, this is what you're looking at. Here is our mean. Notice how it's within my target. Okay, the mean reversion is essentially what happens when volatility reaches a contraction zone, an expansive zone like this, and then starts to contract. When it contracts to the downside, it means that it's mean reverting. Okay, so right now, I over the last few days, actually in a few weeks, I developed a mean reversion variant, and this is essentially what it is. This is telling you that the mean reversion from an upside continuation could be down at this same target that I already gave you without looking at my own mean reversion indicator. Okay, so this is essentially what I'm giving you guys. Okay, just know that these are the targets that I'm looking at, and the mean reversion could be very well within this target here, which just so happens to be the spot of a gap. Okay, so I mean, even if you want to take an inverse fib from the current 6 hour, or the previous, right? We always look at the previous candle in this event like this, right? So go ahead and notice that you're landing between the 2.618 golden mean and the 2.272. So yet again, another validator. Okay, a golden mean right within this area that is a gap that just so happens to be the mean reversion. That just, guys, a lot of rhyming within that. Okay, so be very careful with when you're trading this. Okay, so yeah, I like it a lot. So yeah, just to give you guys kind of a clue as to what you're going to be receiving for being an ARC Master student, right? So these are some of the tools that you're going to be that are going to be released to you. Thank you everybody for everything you do. That is going to do it for ticker symbol HUBC. We are not going to rate this one, guys, because I want to make sure that people can stay kind of away from this, both short and long. Just please be very careful when trading this one, okay? So, yes, let's just go ahead and leave it as no rating bias on this one, okay? Guys, please make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And we got to move on to the next ticker, right? So, oh, right, I forgot to note that I gave AMD a long rating of B. Very good stuff. All right, so, yeah, the next ticker, guys, that we're going to be looking at is ticker symbol IKT. All right, so let's see. IKT is, oh my goodness, man. So I forgot who actually asked me for this, but let's just start it off with the daily time frame. All right, so if, and actually let me just get my moving averages out of the way and take a look at what the potentials are here, okay? Because I can actually see the broadening descending wedge already. All right, so let me get that out of the way. Oh, man, and the broadening descending wedge actually started. I see it. I see you. Nice. All right, yeah, let's go ahead and make some lines over here, some little silly lines, and see what we got in store for this ticker, okay? As I do see it already making some juicy moves. I don't want to like just, guys, don't marry a stock, okay? Never marry a damn stock. Opportunities are everywhere, okay? The only reason I want to hear you marry a stock is like for maybe the NDX or the SPY or BTC, or Tesla or AMD, things like that. Yes, marry them, okay? But what I mean by marry is make sure to test them, make sure to back test them and forward test them, okay? Know every aspect and every time frame possibility from those tickers that you want to marry. Not the tiny ones, okay? Not the OTCs, not the SPACs, nothing like that, okay? Marry the larger ones, the safer ones, okay? Because that'll give you an edge in the markets, okay? So, anyway, continue on the analysis. IKT, broadening descending wedge. Let's count our resistance touches. So, wow. Okay, so this could be traded on the higher term time frame too. Let's see. There we go. Okay, so I don't even know if we can count that right, but if we do have 1, 2, and 3 tests, both of these were fake outs. This is test number 4. Of course, we're going to retrace and try to break out again. So 4 and 5 could be in play right as we're speaking right now. Okay, so the play could actually be happening on the 3-day chart. So now let's take a look at a few things here. Okay, so volatility versus momentum on the 3-day it seems like it's preparing for something, right? So let me look at the buy daily. Oh, wow, there it is. Okay. Interesting setup. Guys, take a look at this. Volatility in critical. I'm talking about it. We're about to max out here. We're about to print the first 2-day bar at the closure of this candle here, 15 hours and 31 minutes. We're potentially going to get our first blue bar here. We'll touch back on this, right? We'll always touch back. And we're getting an upside suggestion from momentum. And notice that momentum is about to enter the bullish control zone, which is honestly, when we have an upside pivot, not from down here. Yes, down here is great, right? But when we have an upside pivot suggesting from the bullish control zone, the upside is very likely. Okay, so, but notice again that I haven't actually backtested this. Okay, so we're looking at earnings coming up on the 30th. Somebody knows something. We have 2 consecutive earnings beats already. Okay, so is there any new? Okay, so let's see. It provides interim update on the 501. I don't even know what the heck is that. Okay, so there is news. This thing is actually running on news, so that's nice. I already see a buy daily terminal shakeout here. Okay, so this when you see something like this, it is a kind of a break of market structure, but sometimes when this happens is in anticipation of an upside, meaning that manipulation is trying to come in to shake out longs before it actually runs up to the upside to minimize its bills, right? So it's very interesting that it would happen there, right at the resistance. So very, very important things here, you guys. We have several moving averages as support right now. And we could be facing the 200-day simple moving average right down here at 64.38. But let me see the daily. The daily we're right at the support. Actually, the green one here is the 100-day. Sorry, the 100-day simple moving average is support right now. We have the 200-day located at about 65.21. That could be a loading zone. So if this thing has a setup happening, it's not in the immediate short term. The setup is happening in the larger term. And the downside is very much relevant for the immediate short term. So if we're looking at downside for a loading before we actually, okay, so Wednesday or Thursday next week is essentially when I can see this thing making some moves. And it's funny that it would be Wednesday because Wednesday is earnings for this thing. So maybe, right? Hound, marry a stock. I'm a player. My dude. Dude. Very funny. Good times. All right, so let me get the moving averages out of the way and see just where this thing can actually dip to, okay? Because there is oh my goodness, man. Let me see the 6 hour and 8 hour. Goodness gracious, man! All of these. This has a very low average true range. Let me see the average volume. Man, the average volume. Yeah, it is a slow mover. So 802,000. That's very slow. Okay, and now you're looking at a market cap of 19.48 mil and a float of about 20 mil. So it is high risk and it's a slow mover too. All right, so immediately, let's just see how far we can take this down. 30-minute down. Let's see, bi-hourly downside. 6 hour is also, I think the 6 hour is where the support touch is coming. Very likely to be found at about 66.57. Let me see the 8 hour. The 8 hour finding support soon. And we're starting to get in. We're starting to consolidate on the 12 hour. Okay, yeah. So, yeah. Let me give you a target now. Let me go to the 4 hour or 6 hour. One of those. Okay. So, I mean, in a discretionary manner, guys. Remember, I haven't actually back tested this, right? So I'm looking at a support touch or a loading zone of about 62.05 to 66.75 before this thing can actually bounce to the upside. And that bounce to the upside may not happen till about the earnings time. As it is prepping, actually, it is prepping for a pretty nice bounce to the upside. It is, in essence, prepping that because we have the fourth and fifth test, which are true breakout zones of this broadening descending wedge, which usually presents a reversal of price action, a macro reversal at that. Okay, so if this thing actually does realize the top side of its price objective, per the playbook rules, the trade or the longs are looking at 273.46. Okay, so 273 would essentially be that upside target for this. But that's, again, a slow mover. This can take definitely weeks and weeks for it to reach that target, as it is suggesting a 300% move to the upside. Okay, so very, very far away. I'll try to add that into the list, my bro. So CXMD, if I don't get to it, I will try my best to get to it. Okay, so let me just put it in here no matter what. Okay, CXMD, was it CMXD? Sorry, CMXD. Dyslexia happening like crazy, right? Sorry, that's still not populating. CMXD, is that what it is? I'm waiting for you, little pencil. What's up? Guys, is that CTXD? I'm not exactly sure what the heck that ticker is supposed to be, but I've seen it before, and it's not populating right now for some odd reason. So please go ahead and let me know in the chat. Or CTMX, there we go. Yeah, I felt that it was going to be CT. Right, I am familiar with that ticker. I've seen it a couple times before, right? So I'll leave it here. I'm just telling you that I have kind of a ridiculous schedule and still so many tickers owed, right? But it is definitely in the schedule here, and I'll make sure to take a look at it if that time comes up, right? So Mr. Levitt's Arca looking at the chat like, stop joking to pay attention. It's okay. I want everybody to have a good time, right? So guys, next ticker to look at. Actually, guys, let's rate it. Chat, let's rate this. All right, so the loading zone that we're looking at, remember, it's going to be about 62.05 to 66.75. The upper term timeframes are where the plays are essentially happening, okay? So meaning the buy daily, and it does not have several timeframes. It only has about one timeframe with a validated upside, okay? So Sebastian Lim suggesting B-. Yeah, have to keep it light and fluffy. I absolutely agree with that. Okay, so Samantha H. saying dyslexia is the worst. Mine has gotten worse. So I actually don't have that. I don't understand why sometimes I think it's because I cover about 30 freaking tickers a day. So to be honest, so solid C plus coming in from Joe H. Thanks, brother. So Mark Roach giving this a B. But you're afraid it won't break out. Monster Mike giving this a B. So I mean, the setup. Remember, it is particular to one time frame, right? So I generally like to see more time frames, but in all reality, this is a very impactful psychological formation, which has a very high hit rate. Right, so it actually plays out to the upside more often than not, and we're knocking at that resistance door. right? So JDXL giving it a B. Stick Vicious giving this a C+. Yeah. Dude, there's like, these are all bi-daily. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Guys, this is like 50 days of testing that resist. It is really trying to penetrate it, man. And I think, honestly, I think it actually could do it. Slow mover, but I actually think it could. My own personal bias, right, you guys? So I'm gonna go ahead and give this a rating now. My personal take. Remember, it doesn't have to be mine. Just take it into consideration. Take it with a grain of salt, right? And sorry, guys, this happens because I never look at my keyboard when I'm typing, right? So long rating for me, guys. I think I'm gonna have to give this. I'm a little afraid. of the valuation with this, right? 69 cents. You guys know I don't like these tiny ones, right? So yeah, so I honestly am looking at a potential C, a solid C, right? I was almost gonna give it a C+, but I think it has an upside probability. It has a good setup on the bi-daily, which is good enough for me because it's actually a larger time frame. So not bad at all. Okay, so Mr. Levitz, to her respect, she actually did come up with it before me, right? So good eye, Samantha H. So yeah, let's go ahead and now continue on the next ticker, guys. So let's see, Vic Boss coming in with VS and PXMD. So actually, man, let's go ahead and look at PXMD right now. Let's see what it's got in store for us. Okay, so referring to the daily time frame. Always, guys, I tend to look at things on log, right? All of my trainers, all of the people I look up to have always looked at the charts on log. I'm not exactly sure why, but it is said that there is a small percentage difference versus the regular charts, right? Which is, the regular charts are what you're looking at on Webull, on actually virtually any broker trading platform. You're not looking at a log chart unless they have it displayed as an option for you. Okay, so if you're looking at Webull, you're not looking at log. All right. So yeah, let me load up a couple tools here for ticker symbol PXMD and find out what the crap is going on with this, because a lot of people are talking about this ticker like if it's like gonna moonshot or something. Guys, what's the deal with this? Why is it suggesting such a powerful upside? Why are you guys telling me PXMD? All right. I want to know what you guys are talking about here. Okay. So, I see a setup, sort of. Yes, I do. Okay, so on the daily time, it could have been actually traded on a smaller time frame, but this is very likely it. Okay, so this is a right-angled ascending broadening wedge. Okay, so it's supposed to be. I mean, it's actually supposed to be a bullish formation. So, and the connectors are actually pretty valid. Very nice. Okay, so, man, if it is actually making a move like this, damn, it could actually face a massive upside. So Mark Roach, Tip Trader, talked about it today, PXMD. Nice. Damn. Okay, so let's just go ahead and take a note of our psychological components first, right? So this is going to be one. This gap actually would be an area for us to focus in on. Okay, so if we do have any other areas like that, then I'll notice them, like one back here, right? So this one here actually has a similar situation here, so no need to actually take that one down into account. So since we already have those things out of the way, then now we can start to catalog our supply zones. Okay, so one of which actually just got used today. Actually, so let's go ahead and note it like this. Okay, hold on just a sec. And let me just see. There we go. I see it now. This is supply zone number one. Very, very likely why we actually face that downside today. Okay, let's go ahead and take into account another supply zone for us to evaluate, okay? Because it's actually right here. Okay, good deal. I would actually put it. Let me see if it can actually be that big of a range. Can it be? No, it's definitely this here. Okay. This is supply zone number 2. Okay, so closing actually, man, and this is not a supply zone here. It actually would be more of a resistance. Okay, so I would consider this top side as a resistance. Let me just go ahead and draw that. I'm trying to be as clear as I can with you, right? And not as I want to be as concise as I can be. All right, so resistance at this zone here. All right, so now let me take into consideration a fib ratio from our last days, or from our previous days high to swing low. Okay, so 2.272 correlation here at 293. Our demand zone, second demand zone has the 3.618 right within it. Okay, very good. And today we actually resisted from the 2 fib, which is right upside of the 1.618, and landed with, oh, where did we land? Let me see. Okay, so very, very interesting. We used the 0.618 as a support. Very good, very good. Which means that it actually has a very strong area of support. The reason why I'm saying strong is because this zone here between the 0.618 and the 0.382 is the golden pocket. Okay, so this golden pocket is a very bullish area to be sitting in, and we're actually using it as support on the upside. Okay, so very good, very good. All right, so now that we have our relevant areas, right, let's go ahead and now refer to the RSI and the rest of momentum to see what we can do about the coming session. All right, so let's just start it off just like we always do, right, in the immediate short-term time frame. I already see. Wow. Okay, so this is forming on the 30-minute. That's interesting. Let me see okay, a little bit more clear on the hourly, which is still somewhat credible. I would rather it on another time frame, right? So this is actually building. This is actually building a descending triangle, which is mathematically backed and psychologically backed, right? So this is a good thing. All right, so this is let's see. So price objective can be taken from the hypotenuse of the triangle to the lowest end of the triangle, right? Being right down here, and then we can apply that trend line to the breakout area, which could be, usually it's found at about 65 to 70% to the apex of the triangle, which could arguably be right about here, or maybe even here. All right, so this is taking us to 322, and what in the world is 322? So let's see. 322 is just upside of the, okay, yeah, so it's suggesting a resistance range from the 2.618. Okay, all right, so now we have another resistance range. Sorry guys, it's just, we have to take it into account like this, right? So this is the price objective range that we're looking at, and coming out of a very bullish formation actually. So the breakout could happen. Damn, are you serious? It could happen at, does this have pre-market by any chance? Does anybody know? Let's see, 219. Yeah, it does. So breakout could actually happen in the early pre. So definitely some upside to look at for this ticker. All right, you guys. So very, very good stuff. All right, so let me look at the 4-hour RSI. Consolidation with an upside pivot on that 14-day simple. 8-hour is consolidation as well, but we're well within the gravitational zone of the bull weakness percentile with an upside pivot. That's good too. All right, so 12 hours suggesting that slight pullback, daily as well. Okay, so there is a loading zone. Okay, very good. Let me undo that real quick. All right, so the loading zone very, very likely could be within the golden pocket, and definitely, or you know, more than likely tomorrow. Between 209 and 220 is the pullback area that we can actually face over the span of tomorrow before this thing can actually make an upside continuation. And that upside continuation would be actually influenced by the shorter time frames. Okay, so 3-day is my example, right? Go ahead and notice volatility versus momentum on the 3-day. Very, very good setup there. Huge setup there. Actually, even in the buy daily, the signal has already fired to the upside in the buy daily. Contraction already happening. We're beyond the mean right now. So, and we're still suggesting upside. Okay, so this is a very, very explosive setup happening from this. And it is cataloging from the buy daily and the 3-day, which are enough. Those are huge upside catalysts, right? So yeah, guys. So loading zone definitely in the golden pocket tomorrow, potentially into Monday, right? This is the loading zone, and then the upside targets. The first ones to look at definitely going to be between the 293 and about 3 22. Good area for take profit right there. And now following into the next days, meaning next Thursday, next Friday, these targets here. Okay, so now if you're looking at a few weeks, this can actually, it may very well run up to $5. Okay, but it really depends on whatever's happening within this asset. Okay, you guys, so that is what I'm looking at for PXMD. If you are curious about, I think we already looked at it, right? So 26.28 mil market cap and a very tiny float of 1.19 mil. So let's go ahead and dive in. And what's the rating for this? Definitely a powerful setup. Looking pretty good, not gonna lie. Okay, so it's just a bit of a high risk asset. So D- being your max loss, D+ being your break even. Let's go ahead and give this a rating between D- and A+. Right, so Mark Roach giving this a C+. For sure, what's up? Good to see you here. Samantha H giving this a B+. Joe H giving this a C. Monster Mike giving this a B. The sentiment is very positive within this, guys, and I like it. So Mr. Levitz giving this a C as well. Stick Vicious with a C+. Guys, that's awesome sentiment within this. It's actually not bad whatsoever. And you give everything a C. Mr. Levitz is also, it's very good for you to be giving things a C like that. That means that you are careful. JDXL giving this a B-. Pencil giving this a C. Okay. All right, I like it. It's a good sentiment overall. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a long rating here. And in my personal opinion, I just feel like the float is absolutely too risky of a play, meaning volatility can come in and just really whiplash everybody around, right? So for sure saying I just watched Zip Trader's video. He recommended this. Yeah, guys, there's definitely an upside to be looked at here, and a pretty massive one too, right? So in my personal take, guys, I think I can give this, I honestly think I can give this a buy rating of actually C+ to B-. But it's just, I really don't like that it's so tiny, right? So as anyone can actually take profits on this and just let it capitulate, right? Or it just, I mean, even inversely, right? Somebody could just really dump in 30, 40 G's into this thing and then it just rocket ships, right? So the sentiment is the psychological component within this is very, very powerful. Okay, but it is looking bullish. It is looking bullish. Huge break of market structure has already happened. So definitely an upside to look at. Okay, you guys. So yeah, that is gonna do it for. Oh, I got an error on my laptop here. Let me just get rid of that. So let me continue. There we go. All right. So yeah, that is definitely gonna do it for ticker symbol PXMD. Okay, you guys. So and I'm gonna note here that we did give it a buy rating of C+ with a B-. Yet again, another B in our ratings, guys. So things are looking good. And remember, I am actually rating. I know I gave the AMD rating a B, but I would like for you to actually rate ticker symbol SPY for that B as well. Okay, you guys. So the SPY is definitely a solid B right now, you guys. The only reason I'm not giving it a B+ or an A- is because of because of the CPI. I'm sorry, the FOMC coming in, right? So CPI actually, if you don't know, by the way, it actually came in at a 6%. And that 6% is actually very bullish, as it's telling us that inflation is actually on its way down. Okay, so that's very, very good for the Fed to be reactive to, right? So meaning that if they saw that things are actually deflating, then yeah, they could potentially continue on rate hikes at a slower pace, meaning 25 bips, and that would rally the markets exponentially. Okay, you guys, so definitely good for us to take into consideration, guys. Now let's go ahead and move on to the next ticker, and that's going to be ticker symbol TRKA. What is good with this ticker, man? I know a lot of people were trapped in this ticker, right? So man, look at this. Jeez. So it's very interesting that it's setting up again. Okay, guys, please focus in on the daily volatility versus momentum. This is already, I mean, an aggressive trader would already be in this right now, right? So meaning that we could have found the floor recently, and I'm talking about today. All right, so huge bullish engulfing here on the daily. We already have an upside pivot happening from the RSI on the daily, and this oval is about to start happening. So let me look at the buy daily volatility versus momentum to see if there's any setup there. Okay, so still suggesting a little bit of downside continuation on the buy daily, which means that this can actually come back down, fluctuate around the areas of about 20. Let me see, actually. It fluctuate around 2156 to about 2318 before potentially actually closing as a bullish engulfing on the buy daily as well. Okay, so the reason why I'm saying that is because we still have a downside pivot here on the buy daily. Okay, so if we do close upside of the current, I'm talking about, let's see, the target, if we close this buy daily iteration above 2314, this would essentially start correcting towards the upside. Okay, so we're going to get our first kink here in 15 hours and 8 minutes. Okay, so and then this could potentially start to contract, which is going to be yet another setup paired with the daily. Okay, so TRKA already trying to take names again, man, freaking tricksters. Okay, so the 3-day iteration actually just completed. All right, so meaning this candle already closed, and it closed below the support line of the broadening ascending wedge. Remember that this ascending wedge is a bearish formation all on its own. Okay, but what I like to notice here is that upon the closure of this massively bearish candle, we didn't get a huge pivot to the downside. In fact, it shows that the bear slowed down, and it shows that there could be consolidation in the upper time frames. And now we actually have another opportunity to succeed the inside of this wedge. Okay, so this would be actually a very bullish statement coming from the TRKA asset. All right, so now in reference to the 12-hour volatility versus momentum, this is the firing of an official signal to the upside. Okay, this is a very powerful signal too. All right, so we definitely have that upside on both of the moving averages from the stochastic momentum oscillator and the contraction phase starting, meaning that this is essentially performing a mean reversion as we speak. Okay, so again, if we're curious to know what that mean could be, then let's see if we can actually load up that, let's see, where is it? The mean reversion tool, right? So the reversion variant, the one that I'm going to be presenting. So the reversion variant, guys, on the 12-hour time frame, since this is where it is suggesting a touch of literally right inside our box here that we were talking about, right? 3610 is the mean for this to actually come back to. Okay, so, and yeah, man, it's playing out. The indicator is playing out pretty accurately, right? Huge sell signals right to the downside. Nothing for the buy area just yet. Very curious though. So yeah, so I honestly think, guys, that the mean reversion is in play, and it could be within that 36 cent zone very soon. All right, so let's go ahead and refer to the RSI in the 30-minute immediate short term and see what it's got. Okay, downside on that 30-minute, so a loading zone could be relevant, and that it could very well be to 23.35. Remember, I was telling you that we could be actually kind of swinging around this chop zone here of about, if I'm looking at the 30-minute, guys, it could be about 22.62 to the current highs, about 23.77 before an upside, right? So bi-hourly is suggesting just we have an upside on that 14-day, and we have a little bit of a downside on that RSI signal, which usually means consolidation. Okay, so sideways trading on the bi-hourly. The 6-hour already succeeded the upside of the 14-day simple, so this is suggesting upside as well. Very, very nice. Okay, so we're very close to the gravitational zone. Okay, so this can actually come down just a little bit, face the support from the gravitational zone from the bear weak strength percentile, and the 14-day simple as a support before a bounce to the upside. Okay, so yeah, still suggesting that kind of chop area first before an upside. Okay, 12-hour time frame consolidation right over here. Let's see the daily. Daily has that upside pivot, but you guys know that I don't like these tiny little pivots, right? So if this pivot actually does reach the area of about 48%, then I would turn bullish immediately for a continuation to the upside. So since it is the daily, this is suggesting maybe Monday, okay, or even Tuesday. All right, so the bi-daily time frame is where we're looking at a potential upside here, but we still have to figure out the downside first. The daily time frame is where it's absolutely ready, and the 12-hour already fired. Okay, so very, very good stuff in line for TRKA coming up yet again. I don't freaking believe it. 5-day time frame actually just closed. Okay, the last massive bearish candle just closed today, and we got an upside pivot using the 14-day simple moving average as a support. Look at this. We restarted the whole thing, guys. There could be an upside for TRKA yet again. And if that's the case, then I'm just going to go ahead and let you know that this could be actually... The last time I looked at this, I suggested the same thing, actually. I remember saying bear trap, right? So this is just like VS. It actually continued on to the downside, and then it's starting to present that bear trap, okay? So if this is a bear trap, we have to... Okay, I'm going to be clear with you, all right? As long as we are below the area of $1... I'm sorry, $1, 32.33, okay? As long as we're below this zone here, the ball remains to the shorts. Okay, we need to succeed and close above 32.74, okay, and reclaim the inside of this to make this a bullish statement, okay? But yes, right now the bulls are potentially going to take control on Monday to maybe Wednesday, and then we're eventually going to face this as either a validation of a good resistance or a weak resistance. We'll see who takes the battle then, okay? But that's essentially as far as I can take you. All right, so, but yeah, TRKA is looking very strong right now, guys. So now that you know what I'm talking about, guys, let's go ahead and touch on the rating. Let's see what's up, chat. D- being your max loss, D+ being your break even. Let's rate it D- to A+. What are we looking at as a rating for this? We have to, yeah, literally, we have to test that, the resistance, because that's usually what happens. Breakout, we have to come back and validate it as a resistance, then a continuation to the downside. But volatility on the daily and the 12-hour suggesting a pretty massive upside. Mr. Levitt's giving this a C+, Joe H C-, Mark Roach with a B-, MM giving this a B+. The sentiment is awesome around it, guys. I know that there's still people holding on to this, right? So JDXL giving this a C-, Samantha H giving this a B- from the 32 range. Agreed, definitely agreed, right? So wow. That would be an incredible beat to the upside, right? If we do close above this area here. So you're looking at more of a scalp or a momentum play. It could even be maybe a short-term swing play, maybe 1 day or 2 days, right, to the upside. Definitely look at the probabilities of reaching the targets of let's see, 3160 if I can give you one, right? So Samantha H saying that you're in it, okay. No, Pencil, I am not saying that we're going to hit 90 again. What I am saying is that this is likely to hit 3160. So let's see. Stickfish is saying it's a tough one, but a B-. Okay. Steven saying I'm so bitter with TRKA, my bro, me too. Hound saying C if it breaks 2650, I might play it with a stop loss. Agreed. The conservative trader would actually, or the conservative swing trader would wait for the validation and reclaim of the inside of the wedge, right? So the momentum trader or the scalp trader or the short-term swing player would actually look at the potential opportunity to gain entry at about 2260 for an upside play of about a 1 to 2, maybe 3 day swing all the way to 31 cents. 31 to 33 to be clear, right? So Pencil giving this a B. Mark Roach, I made 206% on this ticker. I don't know if I'll re-enter again. Do not break that rule. If you already made it, do not give anything back to this. There are other plays. For sure, giving this, I've never seen a stock dump so hard and so long as TRKA did. You haven't known AMC then. Right? Adrian giving this, let's see. Oh, actually, you said bought 2,000 shares at 24.10. Personal vendetta. LOL. Yeah. Oh my goodness, man. Do I ever agree with that? I stopped out like crazy on this one, guys. Max loss on me. I actually didn't trade the next day. No, I get it. I know. For sure, I see. I definitely get you, man. I love it. Okay, you guys. So in my personal opinion, guys, I remember I do not play any type of emotion based on stops, okay? Because the opportunity is the opportunity regardless of how we look at it, right? So Mr. Levitt saying too soon, Arca. Maybe so, man. Maybe so. But I got stopped out like crazy on this one, dude. I definitely suspended myself because of the loss I faced on this. So you know, max losses are never fun to kind of deal with, right? So in my personal opinion, guys, and this is not having to do with anything. Oh, the AMC joke. Oh my goodness, dude, I'm still there. So log rating. Oh my goodness. So long rating on this one, guys. I am really thinking that because of this huge capitulation, remember, they can play it that way, right? So it is a potential that this can actually just capitulate again. It could actually make a liquidity trap within this area here, right? So, but the upper term timeframes, which are usually powerful signals, are suggesting a massive upside, and I would honestly just have to give this a C+, okay? And I wouldn't give this anything better because of the risk that I see in it, right? So the percentage lift from the current price action to that 31 cent zone, you're looking at about 32% to the upside. So that is more than fair. That is a huge upside, okay? A lot of momentum traders tend to look at a potential 4% to 12% or 13% daily gain as their goal before actually stopping the day of trading and then continuing on the trading sessions the next day, right? So this is, you know, that can take over 3 days of trading, right? So very good deal here. All right, so yeah, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at the next ticker, and that's going to be ticker symbol BBBY. You changed your position to a D-, and I like risky. Nice. Oh my goodness, you guys. All right, so yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at BBBY. And guys, this is potentially going to be the last ticker we cover tonight, right? But I know a lot of people are looking at this ticker like, what is good? Why are people saying that this is going to moonshot again, you guys? So this is no longer a bankruptcy run or what? I haven't been following up with anything that they're saying, right? So let's see. GameStop leads a meme stock rally. The skeptics see significant cash burn ahead. Wow. Okay. 7 hours ago, a cash burn is ahead. Pencil giving this an F already, meaning do not trade. Get the hell out of this, right? So let's just continue loading up our tools. Oh, I'm sorry, I already had it there. So let me just go ahead and put this to the upside as per the huge setup, right? So let's go ahead and leave it right there. Okay, you guys, and let's load up our averages as well and see what we have in store for this damn thing. Guys, be very careful with this one, okay? I know a lot of people who have experienced some serious losses on this one, okay? I don't want you to be the subject or in a prime example of this, right? Know for a fact that if you're seeing a little bit of an upside, that doesn't mean anything. Look at the larger scale, okay? Because just so you can see for yourself that we are just on a macro scale descent. Okay, and now that we're looking at the moving averages, please go ahead and notice that the SMA 10 is located right above here at about $1.25. All right, so we can even get a little more surgical and add our EMA 7. Okay, so let's just see where the EMA 7 is sitting at. Let me make it just a little bit brighter. Right there we go, and I'm actually just going to change the color real quick. So EMA 7 used today actually as that resistance and located at about 118. All right, so let's see if it does have any upside coming in, because I know it's just heavily requested, right? It's all right, guys, no problem. I'll look at the tickers as long as you play responsibly, right? And there's nothing I can do to guarantee that, but I can take your word for it, and make sure to do it. All right, so we have a little bit of consolidation here, right in the mean, actually from BBBY in a 30-minute immediate short term. Buy hourly is let's see, suggesting some consolidation as well. Okay, very curious, actually. There's no bias to that at all. So 6 hour, let's see what it's got. 6 hour suggesting also some consolidation here. We are beneath the 14-day simple, which is slightly bearish, right? Oh my goodness. And I hate it that it's really like this, guys. Consolidation on the 12-hour, 8-hour, and okay, so the daily is suggesting a little bit of an upside, but this is consolidation as well, because we're about to face that resistance from this 14-day simple with not enough of a thrust here, by the way. And the volume is relatively normal. Okay, so yeah, there's really not much. There's not much of a change happening. So meaning that there could be What do you mean BTC is ripping? Where is it? Battle, have a good night. Love you, dude. Be safe, be well. Yeah, so where's BTC at now, bro? So yeah, guys, there's nothing actually suggesting a rip to the upside. Everything is consolidation. So JDXL saying I held 5,000 shares at $3.60 of BBBY. My friend held 40,000 at 375. Damn, holy goodness. Everything is suggesting consolidation on this, and in fact, we definitely cannot rate this, okay? But if there are any setups, they're everywhere, actually. It's, man. Let me see the 8-hour. Man. All right, buy daily, 3-day, and the 5-day. Damn, and the weekly. Yeah, okay, so we have a 1, 2, 3, 4 time frames of the upper time frame suggesting a massive upside. Oh, goodness gracious. Do not take what I just said, okay? So do not take what I just said. This is actually a huge setup. All right? So meaning that something, I don't know what has to happen here, right? But it is bi-daily, okay? So and the 3-day as well. So if we are going to wait, that means that we may have to wait another week or two for this thing to actually pull to the upside. Mr. Levitt saying it's a tricky one. Definitely a tricky one. Everything is consolidating right now, meaning that it's essentially telling me that this thing is pending some type of fundamental something, right? But it's primed. It's set up for a huge upside and macro upside if at that. Okay, so if you are looking at macro upsides on weekly timeframes like this, man, or even the 5-day, right, it's still suggesting a little bit of downside too. So is there anything historically actually? Wow. Okay, I can tell you that this may actually try before it makes that huge run to the upside. And this is in respects to the 5-day and to the weekly RSI, volatility versus momentum setup. Still suggesting a little bit of downside here. Let's see, when is this? 14 hours and 51 minutes. We're closing this weekly candle, a bearish candle. And what I can say, guys, is this is actually going to try to run to 91 cents. It's going to try to run to a lower area first before it can make a huge run. Okay, so the biggest demand zone from this is literally 88 to 91. All right, so there is no way in hell I'm going to rate this, okay? So, and it is playing a very nice setup, okay? Because if you're looking at it in the macro perspective like this, let me get the averages out of the way. Notice this, okay? Broadening descending wedge, okay? The broadening descending wedge top side is right about here. So upon the 4th breakout, it reached that top side perfectly. All right, so just another validator, another hit, right, for the strike rate of this broadening descending wedge formation. So it definitely met the upside, came back, and even surpassed it, right, and then started capitulating like freaking crazy. All right, so this capitulation is definitely not done. The bears are still in control, and I can definitely tell you that 88 to 91 cents would very, very highly probable that it can actually reach that low of a target before a very explosive bounce. And we can then look at it, right? So for sure saying I think they will just dilute it again. Damn, that would really suck for the longs on this, right? So yeah, you guys, that's essentially what I'm looking at for this ticker, okay? So we are not going to rate this one, okay? Because this is I just want you guys to be careful with this, okay? So be very, very careful with your longs. I know there's a lot of people holding here, so just know that there is the hopium right now is actually from 88 to 91 cents before a huge bounce, and actually in reference to volatility versus momentum in those enormous time frames. 2-day, 3-day, 2-day, 5-day, 2-day, 3-day, 5-day, weekly. All right, you guys. So Moderator Hound saying, wake me up when BTC starts closing candles above the weekly 200 SMA. Not doubting it, just curbing my enthusiasm for now. Absolutely, dude. So in fact, actually, if we are closing above the area of about 26,200 on a weekly time frame, 34,000 is my next target. 33,800 to be exact. Which is something that we already talked about, actually. It just happened a lot faster than I thought. I was telling you guys 26,000 last week, and we were at 21 or 22 or something, right? So it just happened way faster than I thought. So validating, and the longer we stay trading sideways in this area, the more likely we would actually see the low 30s coming in. 34K would be my best for you, right? But I mean, it could very well be between around 31 and 32.8 around there. All right, you guys. So yeah, very, very awesome opportunities coming in. Okay, you guys definitely remember to practice your risk management. Keep an eye on the markets because we are going to be pricing things up in anticipation of the 25 BIP rate hike. Okay, you guys be careful with that. All right, but that is gonna do it for tonight, you guys. Thank you everybody for stopping by. My moderators, Mark Roach, Hound, Samantha H, and Sebastian Lim. Guys, thank you so much for everything you do. My donators, right? Everybody that put in those donos. Thank you very much for everything you do. Okay, you guys, so definitely remember to reach out to me via email if you would like to reserve a seat for the second track of the Arc Masters course, since the first one already sold out. All right, you guys, so yeah, definitely have a good night, guys. I wish you well, a very good night, and I will catch you at the bell mañana. Adios. Yeah.